Yeah, you just need to look at the.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't want to look at the actual footage of
Picture,
yourself because then
right.
it looks like you're looking off, and
Which is what I do. Every time.
just look.
Look like, yeah, this is so good.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Yellow Butterfly Podcast. My name is Tanisha Smith. Along with me for the month of October, hopefully longer, my co-host, Jocelyn Adams. Hey! And this episode, we are talking motherhood, and that's why we look like this. Okay, so
My baby is literally in my lap because this is the way life goes sometimes.
Originally, we had some outfits picked out.
Super cute tea. I was gonna wear my hat to the back.
Right.
Let down these flexy curls. Put a whip on. Oh.
Yeah, I was probably gonna, take this bandana off because I look like about to go ride or go ride like a motorcycle and just
yes, with the flannel.
Yeah, the flannel.
Nothing against our motorcycle chick watchers.
My dad's a big
motorcyclist. That's cool.
I got tie-dye pants on, so I'm not matching at all.
I got on some of these pants, so I was really ready.
You was cute.
And I don't wear it, things like this. Oh my gosh, my North Carolina girls, Jazz, Melissa, y'all would be so proud of me because I got a crop top on.
You don't normally wear, you mean the crop top or just the outfit?
The crop top. Like this, like sporty stuff, I never do. No, because I don't know how to do it because I don't do it.
See, and that's all I do. It's sporty. So when it's like, oh, okay, kids. No, you can't have candy.
Speaking of, I had a Twix over there.
Why you wouldn't have candy?
Elijah. Hey, do you see a Twix over here?
Where?
By the bag of chips? It's right there on my counter.
Here. Turn it.
Do you see the Twix with the bag of chips?
There's a bag of chips right there.
Right here by the water bottle.
Did you see the chips?
Do you see the red bag of chips? There it is. You see a Twix?
Is there a Twix?
Yes.
Can you bring it, please? I'll share it with you.
Nope. You want to be on the podcast?
No.
Yeah, you do.
You're on it.
Stand up.
Why?
Say hi. My mom is the best mom in the world.
Say it. What are you supposed to say?
My best mom in the world.
Okay. Now please go get me one and bring it back.
I really limited the candy.
I did. But you are the best mom in the world. Right.
But my candy though.
Open a mom life.
So like we were saying, we had other plans, but the show must go on, as they say. So you just gotta keep going. This is the look for right now. But next episode.
Oh, cute. Gucci down to the socks with no Gucci on.
In my Walmart gear.
Target for the win. A little Ross sprinkled in there.
A little rummage sale over here.
Looks like a Brachiosaurus or something. Brachiosaurus? Oh, it's a Brontosaurus, the one with the long necks. Yep. Let's keep going.
Okay. Alright, the first question. Like I said before, or maybe not said before. Oh, okay. Not the past.
Atlanta picks up.
So the concept is a little different than normal. Usually I have a jar of questions and I pull out the random questions and we ask the random questions. And we answer the random questions. But I have written down some questions numbered 1 through 6. Jocelyn's gonna pick a number, any number, and we're gonna answer that question. Okay, ready? Set, go.
Numero tres.
Resta. Best tips you can give a new mom.
I am a new mom, so I'm ready whenever you're ready.
The very first thing that pops to my mind, which I told you the other day, is about the house and keeping the house clean. It took me a minute to actually be like, okay. Yes, but my mother told me after I had Elijah, I was like, I gotta clean the house today, and I could do this and this. Yes, we have multiple duties and, whatever, but she was like, the house is always gonna be dirty.
Right. Like it is.
Like once you get over that, like yes, clean your house and keep your house together, but don't stress. Unless you're like a clean freak and that's your thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
no, not looking at anybody, but
for some people that like calms them down and keep the house clean and
yes.
you know what I mean? So if that's you, then do that.
And I feel like that's me. Like when the house is in disarray, I feel very disheveled.
Right.
And I feel like this. Like I even talk to my husband. I'm like, he'll ask me something. I'll be like, well, why don't? He's like, so
right.
I feel that.
Right.
I don't know what the word is for this, but
Mom?
I feel that way.
Yes.
This, I want it. I'm recording my own self.
Oh, okay. You recording your own show?
You better go over there and record your podcast.
Okay.
And my baby's putting this on.
I need you to go in your room while you're recording. Okay, this is the closed set.
Security!
Where's security room?
What do I pay you for?
Oh Lord.
7 minutes in.
So go on.
New mom advice.
New mom advice. So just don't stress over the house or feel like as a mom, if that's not your thing, like I have to keep the house
Right.
clean. That's
Family.
my duty.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So yes, if that makes you feel like zen or whatever, and you're like, hey, hubby, or if you have somebody to take the kids so I can clean,
Right.
or while the kids are sleeping, you're like, yes, I get to clean, turn the music on, and that's
Right.
your me time. Cool. For some people, it's like, I
Not
don't
cleaning
need
up. Yeah.
clean because I have to clean.
Right.
So learning to be like, okay, well today I'm doing the dishes.
Cleaning.
I did a lot.
Yeah. I did a lot.
Tomorrow I may clean up the living room.
Right.
As a new mom, because you're overwhelmed with a lot of responsibilities and this is new, once over the years and you find your own rhythm and your balance, and
Right.
kids can start helping cleaning and it's a whole thing. So I would say that,
I don't know.
I can't think of like what that all,
Maybe.
yeah, maybe like,
Self-care? No? Maybe?
roles. Like
Okay.
feeling like, well, I'm a mom and I have
Right.
to do this, and the other thing, maybe like a role, Okay. Anything so far in your
So
4
far,
months?
I know, in like 7 seconds. So far, I would definitely think to, and everybody says this, right? And I've been told this, and I know, but just stop and just appreciate your baby
Yeah,
for being a baby.
right.
Because I do tend to like kind of over emotionalize things. That's my nice way of saying dramatic. And so
I'm over emotional.
I just made that up right now. You're welcome. You can use it. You can feel free to use my material,
Right.
as my husband would say that he's would say. I think that like even with me now going to her 4-month appointment tomorrow and me like talking about like sleep training and how she's not going to be in my room anymore, I'm already like, my baby's growing up. You know,
Every moment.
what, she made her 8 spitball? That's the first time she's made 8 in a row. You know, so it's just, it truly is just enjoy your baby.
Right.
You know, find the, oh, she's pushing off.
Okay.
Okay.
And
Speaking of enjoying your baby.
baby.
Right.
All right, enjoy your baby and clean your house.
And clean your house, if that's your thing.
If that's your thing. Okay, next question. Next number.
6.
6. So a misconception about motherhood.
I think a misconception that I had about motherhood. First thing that pops in my mind is not about motherhood, it's actually about the birth.
Okay.
Can I
Go ahead.
go along the same lines? So if you're not familiar with whom I am, I had a baby recently, case in point, and natural birth at home in the shower. And so yeah, it makes me want to throw up as well. And so one of the misconceptions that I had, and this is going to make me sound so crazy being a female, I guess, but like with being dilated at 10 centimeters, I thought that was a suggestion. I thought that was like, common practice is you can't have a baby until 10
Oh, really?
centimeters. Yeah, but going through it before,
I know you have to be.
yeah, before I started labor,
Mm-hmm.
as I was going through labor, I was saying, so it was 24 hours of that stuff. As
Like, I'm a 2, I'm fine. Let's go.
like I was like, okay, so why, you know, and then it got to that point where I was like just 6 and just a 7, but it felt like I was 49.
Yeah.
And so that was a misconception for me. It's just, it's not gonna happen, boo. It ain't gonna work if you're not at 10. So that was eye-opening that I learned in that moment.
Yeah.
And of course I have conversations with my midwife, you know, one of my best friends is a midwife. So like I had those conversations,
Right.
but that blew my mind and my entire back out.
I gotta be at work to get to work.
Pardon? No, I'm done. Thanks.
Right.
Thank you for your time. Thanks
No,
for
but
coming,
I do
everybody.
too.
Thanks for
It's
coming, everybody. Exactly. So that
That's for sure.
I'll say that. Starting.
Really?
Yeah. For real, girl.
I would say misconception for motherhood. I think that you you automatically
Yes.
have what's it called?
What the motherly instinct, like what
yes.
to do.
Yes.
Yeah, like you just know.
Where is my apple juice?
And
In your bag.
But where is my bag, Jessica?
Your brother took it.
Whoops.
It's in the room.
you know your kids, girl. And just the notion of like, you should just know this.
Right.
Like you're a mom.
Right.
It's like as soon as you become a mom, as soon as a baby like enters the world, leaves your body, it's like, oh, you're a mom. You know, you should just know. And
All right, here you go.
Right, and like asking questions, even if you ask the same thing 80 times, you know, you feel that sense of, which I also feel in my teaching practice too. Like once you become a teacher, it's just like, well, you should know this. Like you should know how to handle your kids. You went to school for this. You went to
Right.
school for curriculum, you know? So I think it's very much that notion of, you know, like you should know this. This is just who you are now.
Right.
This is your new identity. Why don't you know about it?
Yeah, and even
Okay.
like connection with the baby. Like you're automatically gonna have this connection. Sometimes it takes
Good point.
It takes a few days.
Good point.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, I think that's a big one.
That's a good one. Another one? Probably.
Her what?
Her head.
And the other one? Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, she's sitting up.
Hmm.
She's like,
Can you notice that I have a baby right here? Is it obvious or you think it's a little bit? No.
now see her. I see you, girl. Say, I'm a star, mama. I'm trying to be on the show. Yeah.
No pickles.
Take the pickles off. I said no pickles. First of all, no, you didn't.
Oh, first of all, you're lying.
You didn't even know what
First
you
of all,
wanted. I just bought you a burger just because I knew you was gonna be hungry. And be glad that you in the
be
room.
glad that you even got a pickle to have. Okay? There are people pickleless, right?
I said no pickles. Okay. So we got a Burger King. Yes. Her order of Burger King is a double hamburger, extra cheese, no pickle.
A double hamburger?
Double cheeseburger.
Oh, okay. Okay. I
just
love
double
burgers and
cheeseburgers.
pickles.
Yeah.
That's my favorite. Oh, I love grilled hamburgers. That is my jam right there, girl.
You know, it took me a while to do that.
I can't do that thing. That thing. You know how people itch their throats?
Oh yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
it's like, I can't do that. That's the only thing I can do.
How a bunch of people like, it took me a minute. Yeah, now I can do it.
Can you do it and roll your eyes? Good. Keep practicing. You're almost there.
Like,
Sorry.
I can't do it anymore. Okay. In a dream world, like real situation, what would your daily routine consist of? Whether that be staying home or working, whatever you chose to do. You have to say well, yeah, I said your current situation.
Right.
No.
Yeah. Well, with my current situation, my dream routine would be.
No, I didn't say current. I just say what would your daily routine consist of? Whether that be staying home.
Oh, but I can use my current situation. Like if
that's what you wanted to do.
if somebody said, look, You're at home. What would you do with your dream? Okay, because limited religious dreams today. I would just be able to. First of all, my house would just stay clean. Like it would just be just immediate. Yes, absolutely. We have had cleaning people into the house. Yeah, girl. Gosh, it is so great.
Is it good? Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
it is amazing, and they do really well. It's a lady that I work with and her team. I'm at the school, and they do an amazing job. And so we said that, you know, once a month we were going to try to come out. We were going to try to have them come out.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, they did a deep clean so well, they moved my stove and unplugged it and didn't plug it back in.
So you like that?
And I was like, we were out in the breaker box, like, click, it's on, click, it's on, it's on. But they cleaned so well, they moved behind the stove. Like, what? Who does that?
I did hear, like, there was a lady, she was like a radio personality, personnel, and she would have somebody come, I think she said every Friday, well, they had like sponsors and stuff, so
Yeah.
she had to hook up, but every Friday, or even before holidays, like, have someone come and
Come out. Yeah,
It's like, it's so worth it. I'm like,
it is. It really truly is, because that's peace of mind. So, you know, that right there, that would just be a reality for me regardless. Momhood,
just
regular hood, hood rat ass hood. It would just be great just to just have somebody just do that, because it's one less thing. So, and then I would just be able to just be her mom. And then when I'm ready to be me without her, because I think that's important too, which I'm learning as well, I would be able to have that time and not have mom guilt. So in my dream reality, house stays clean with a maid. I can be her mom all the time, but when I'm ready to take a step back and be me, I can do that without having mom guilt.
right.
And if that lasts 4 months, then
Right.
But
Mom, I said no mustard.
Okay.
Why did you put mustard?
Wipe it off.
I can't.
You can.
okay, yeah. So your perfect world.
So in my perfect world, I would wake up, make
Yes.
the kids. I like doing the morning, making kids breakfast and stuff.
Yeah.
I do.
Do you guys
like
sit and
doing
eat it as a family?
that. No, they sit and eat.
Good luck, kids.
But I like making them food, having a little meal, and then it seems like after that point, it's like, then it's
Chaos, anarchy.
But I like waking them up, and because usually, you know, Precious is sleeping and just little angels. So
It's time to wake up. No, I don't want to wake
So I open the door and I'm like, wake up, it's morning, like do a little whatever. Make their breakfast, eat. After the eating part, maybe have a chef or not. I'm not sure. Maybe
be
some
great as
days. After that, they will know to go in their rooms and get dressed and know what clothes to put on.
Oh, that's real.
Because I'm all like, did you put your shirt on?
Do you have
Why'd
on
you brush your
underwear?
teeth? What? I got- So all that stuff, they were already like, they love doing that. They would love doing that in an ideal
In an
world.
ideal situation.
Yes. And their rooms would be clean. We would have someone, a maid or somebody, not a maid, maybe a housekeeper.
Housekeeper. Yeah.
Someone that would come and clean
Cleaning
it.
crew.
Yes. So I don't necessarily want them to live with us, but
Right.
They-
Yeah, because that would be a nanny, right?
yeah.
Nah.
But they would come over and, you know,
Get your life together. Help me get my life together.
yes. And maybe it'd be somebody that I know and they're starting, like, that's their business, you know. So I feel
Right.
like I'm helping them out and they're helping me out. They're growing their business. I'm keeping my house clean.
Right.
Anyway, they would either probably go to school, or if we did like a homeschool situation, but they would have their own teachers.
Oh gosh, she's like,
I'm not teaching. You know what I mean? Like, maybe we have a clubhouse or something, and that's their
and that's where their school
yeah,
is.
they have their own teachers or tutors.
It's like
and-
private tutors, private in-home, like homeschooling, essentially.
like a homeschooling, but then the people that are doing the homeschool, they take them and do like you know, like during the school day,
right.
like this recess, maybe I don't know, something, I don't know how the setup would be, but if they chose to go to school, they can go to school. If not, they want to stay home and do school, they have somebody to do that. And while they're doing that, I'm doing my own thing.
Living life.
Yeah. So I'm building my business, they're happy, husband's doing whatever he wants to do, whether that be working or not.
Or not, right.
You know what I mean? But we just have this freedom to do whatever we choose to do
whatever
without
we
any
choose
kind
to
of
do.
guilt, any of like, well, I'm not here, but then I'm gonna be here.
Right.
Everyone's cool. You want to go do that? Cool.
Cool.
Then make sure you're doing your work. I'm gonna go over here and do this.
Right.
We'll meet
And then
at
the vibes will always be good. That's
Yeah.
the reality. Too.
Yeah.
It's just good vibes. Just
But
like
we're still connected, because that's the other part of it too. Like, we're all doing our own things.
yeah.
And then we're not really connected. Like, all that. Everything's all good
Hmm.
in our ideal
Ideal world.
Nobody's getting left out.
Hmm.
But back to reality.
I know, right? I was like,
I sound like
licking it. Okay. Let me see if there's any chocolate in
there ain't nothing in there.
Podcast over. God, I gotta take my baby to the hospital.
No, she's fine. One more question. There's a lot of editing on this.
The video's gonna be 4 minutes long.
I feel like most of it was like, come on, kid. Mom life balance. All right, last question. Here we go.
Number 2. Big dude below. Okay.
Do you think it's harder staying at home or being a working mom?
You know, honestly, because I'm doing both, or I've done both, I don't really feel like there should be that stigma behind either one. Like which
Right.
one is better, which one is harder. Yeah, you know, because it sounds like staying at home mom is like, oh, you're just staying at home, but that crap is crazy hard.
Yes.
Especially because when you're home, it's not, for me, when I'm home, I'm not just her.
Yeah.
I'm also wife. I'm also myself. I'm also, like you said, the cook, the chef, the
Right.
laundryer, you
Right.
know? So I don't know. I don't really feel like that's fair. Okay. That's fair to have, you know, which one is you know what I mean?
Harder, yeah.
Because that's society definitely says that.
Right.
You know, and how stay-at-home moms look down on working moms, like you're not
You don't
spending time
be
with
with
your
the kids.
family. Yeah.
No, I definitely agree, and I don't necessarily think one is harder. Maybe one's harder. I think they're kind of both harder emotionally, like mentally.
Right. That's a good point.
It's
You have to be in a different mental space for both.
Yeah.
For sure.
because now if you can work at home and you have the kids, cool, but that's hard as well.
I don't know what that means.
You know what I mean? Like if you
how-
have a full-time job. I know, like I've done like my side businesses or whatever, even little things.
And how's that working out
Not
with you?
little things, but even things like this.
Yeah.
As you see,
It's a lot.
it's hard to do. Like
Yeah,
that's why
it's
I
very
normally do this when you're
challenging.
sleeping.
It's very challenging.
Right. So it's hard mentally to be like, okay, get up. But then when you're like at a 9 to 5 or whatever, and you're away from the kids.
Yeah.
And you're like, man, there's things I'm missing, things I don't see.
Right.
At least I feel that way when I was working. But then also on the positive side of that, when you are away, you get that time
That
away.
time. That mental
Kind
time.
of. Yeah.
To recharge and be fresh for your kids, because
Right.
one of the things, you know, talking to some people who you know, their kids are at home, not saying this is you because that sounds like well, talking to those people
One of
having
my
kids at home. One of my friends, asking for a friend, is, you know, like I'm not my fresh self because I've been dealing with it all day long.
Right.
And so, you know, at least when you're away and you come home, it's like, oh, I missed you. And then you have time to build up to the okay.
Right.
You know, you're not in a
Couple
state
hours.
of okay all day long.
Yes.
You know, so I could see that side of it too as well.
Yeah, and that's something I've been personally going through, especially with the whole me not working because the whole COVID stuff with the kids. And at the time, it was best for me to stay home and then be at home.
Right.
But just struggling with like, I like to work.
Right.
And I think
Like to have my do me, have me.
Yeah, and me having to do reflection and stuff like that. Like, no, I like doing that, and that makes me feel good. Whether that's me doing my own stuff or working at a place that I enjoy, but I like the grind of working,
Right.
and knowing that I'm going for some kind of goal to provide for my kids or whatever. But also having the other side of like, well, maybe it's the mom guilt.
It's mom guilt.
Of like, well, I should be home with the kids.
The fact that that's even a thing, mom guilt.
Right.
Is there a dad guilt?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Is there a dad guilt? Martha does have guilt. See, him and I are different.
Yeah.
Because I always tell him, like, he's like, that's why God's not giving it to you. Because I'm like,
Oh gosh.
because he's, him traveling, whenever he travels or whatever, even like some of his work situations, I'm like, man, if that was me,
Yeah.
I'd be. He's like, yeah, that's right.
That's why God's like, chill out your brakes, sis. I'll call y'all when I call y'all.
You want me to move to Florida for 3 months? Okay. You come on down. I get everything ready.
Right.
You know, like those situations that we've had in the past. I'm like, man, I'd be doing this.
So fast, right?
Right.
Until you do it, and you're like, oh no,
Right.
that's my kid.
But he's more of a, wants to be around the kids and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I mean, I feel you.
Yeah.
I'm just not as passionate. Like that's
Right,
not just
yeah.
my. And I sometimes felt bad about that. Like, who am I supposed to be like? I spend when the kids around like all the time.
But you are around your kids all the time.
Right.
So there's that.
But wanting to be around them all the time.
Well, you are. But so regardless of your wants, girl, you know. But and I think with Ernie being at home, you know, full time, so that's an interesting perspective, right? Like,
Right.
because I don't know if he's had that chance to have that dad guilt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he literally can see her whenever because
Right.
she's here. We're both home, you know, and he'll come out and play. And if she's crying, like, what's going on with my baby girl? You know,
Right.
and she's like, oh, dad, you know, exactly. So that's she's just crying. He's like, well, she's fine now.
Hold on. Nah.
But that usually doesn't happen though,
Yeah.
because she's so into mommy. But she when she does hear his voice, she's like,
What? We're here.
exactly. So that's an interesting perspective of the dad guilt based on, you know, career and occupation and just kind of what your job looks like.
Yeah.
But it ain't a thing. It ain't mom
You
guilt.
don't hear about it. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
You don't see dads on a podcast talking about mom looking like a who done it, what for, don't do it no more.
Yeah, because I feel like, and maybe we needed when we have the guys on, talk about it. But I feel like guys, for men, maybe, I don't know, like providing. Like I'm providing for the family.
definitely.
So this is what I do.
Yes, it's definitely
But I'm
my husband.
providing.
That's definitely my husband.
So for moms,
he
it's
takes
like,
it very serious.
Yeah.
Like, this is what I have to do,
Right.
you know, for us to be good. For me to have that cleaner lady, you got it, boo. Yep. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, yeah.
and that's where me and Mark are. I'm like, I want to be the provider. Like, I want to provide though.
Yeah.
I like to provide.
He's like, you can provide the kids with some clean clothes. You can provide the kids with hot meals.
But he's very. Mark has always been. Well, we'll see when it happens. Because he's like, no, go ahead, be the provider. Like, sure, do it. I'm like, okay, I haven't gotten the opportunity yet.
Right.
To be
gonna
the
come. You gonna speak it.
right.
Dandelion.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
But yes, it's coming out because we got some big.
We got some big things planned.
All right.
Okay.
Well, that was the episode of the Yellow Butterfly Podcast. You know, we're making it out here.
Right.
We're
Looking
doing
like straight moms. And this is, I just want to be very clear, this was not planned.
No.
Like this,
Just last minute, I was like, you know, let's just
do it. Because this is us. This is real, you know?
It's
And
been like another hour, and I'm like, okay, we gotta no more time.
No more time. Time is, and I cannot believe the time is already. Yikes.
Okay. But thank you guys so much for watching, and we are no experts. Yes, we are no experts. I was just kind of want to disclaim.
Oh, good point.
Just because people are like, I mean, have your opinions, sure.
We are just
But we
two
just have-
regular people.
Right.
Regular, schmegular, basic. No, I'm just kidding. But you know, we like to share.
Just
opinions.
going from our own experiences.
Our own experiences.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I know everyone's different. Every motherhood situation is different, and normally every mom and parent are doing the best
the best I can.
for the kid and all that good stuff.
Right.
So
As my baby has. Doing the best for their kids.
we're trying, y'all.
She's eating Twix. Okay.
But yes, continue to follow the what's this called? The podcast.
Yellow Butterfly.
Yellow Butterfly Podcast on YouTube. and we'll continue to share it here. And stay tuned for more to come.
Deuces.
Okay, bye.
Bye.